Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Stylosa and I've got some information on what Microsoft plan to do with Blizzard games when it comes to Game Pass, and there is some Overwatch/Overwatch 2 info in this. So we're going to break this down because it's actually quite interesting and we can draw some conclusions from this as well. Okay, let me jump over here. Here we go. So this is the Microsoft website and it's a post by Phil Spencer, basically a PR post saying, hey, gaming for everyone, everywhere, our view on the Activision Blizzard acquisition. Now, this is good because this gives us details on what Microsoft intend to do with these games. Okay, so we get this lovely graphic. We've seen this before. It's great, but let's get stuck into this article. So, game developers around the world are creating innovative and groundbreaking games. We think that we can do more to bring those experiences to the billions of players everywhere. Our announcement in January that we intend to acquire Activision Blizzard was an important milestone in our journey to do so. Since then, regulators, game developers, and players have been asking what the acquisition means for the industry and, most importantly, for players. While we love consoles, we recognize that they are not the only way that people play games. Today, the largest and fastest growing segment of gaming is mobile platforms. To reach the billions of players where they are, no matter what device they play on, we need to embrace choice. Giving players choice in how they play their games makes gaming more accessible and leads to larger, more vibrant communities of players. Choice is equally important to developers. Developers benefit from having a diversity of distribution and business models for their games. Choice unlocks opportunities for innovation and enables the industry to grow. So, okay, great. It's a bit of PR nonsense, that is, but, you know, hey, we're Microsoft and we're so awesome and great because we give everyone loads of different ways to play our games. That's basically what they're saying. But, you know, it does make sense. Anyway, this is where it gets juicy. So, we are expanding choice in two ways. Through the creation of Game Pass, which gives players a subscription option, and by bringing more games to the mobile platforms, including through our cloud game streaming technology. Subscription services like Game Pass make gaming more affordable and help players from all over the world find their next favorite game. Game Pass empowers developers to bring more games to more players, not fewer. We intend to make Activision Blizzard's much-loved library of games, including Overwatch, Diablo, and Call of Duty, noticeably World of Warcraft is missing from this, available in Game Pass to grow those gaming communities. By delivering even more value to players, we hope to continue growing Game Pass, extending its appeal to mobile phones and any connected devices. Okay, hang on. Let's just think about this, what they've just said there about Overwatch. Now, Overwatch 2 is free to play, so it being on Game Pass kind of doesn't matter in some ways. It will matter next year, and this is when the acquisition will take place, because I believe it's some point, is it maybe May next year? Don't quote me on that, but it's some point next year. If the regulators approve this buyout, then it will go ahead and Microsoft will own Activision Blizzard. The reason why I say next year is, yes, obviously they will then take over the company, but that is when PVE comes out, and this will be paid. It's almost absolutely 100% certain all of the PVE elements of Overwatch 2 will be paid in some way, whether you have to buy the missions or you have to buy a new box or whatever. Now, this is where Game Pass comes in, and this is where Game Pass could be incredible for Overwatch 2. If you get all of the PVE for free because you've got Game Pass, well, that's a pretty damn good deal. Now, what about now? What about right now? What about October when Overwatch 2 launches, or its PvP element launches? Game Pass, well, it won't be on Game Pass then because the buyout hasn't gone through. I'd be very surprised if it is on Game Pass, and if it is at launch, then it's probably something to do with like an advanced sort of getting ready for the sale kind of thing they've got going, which would help the game. Now, this is how it would help the game. It gives more visibility. It gives more players exposure to Overwatch 2. Now, this is the critical thing for Overwatch. What Blizzard have got, and we know this because we've covered Overwatch to death, we love Overwatch and all that stuff. It is a great game, but there is a barrier to entry. So you remove the barrier to entry, and then hopefully you get more people in. But then it comes down to advertising, doesn't it? And if you're part of Game Pass, you've got more eyes on your game, more people might give it a chance and install the game and go for it. But what about PvP rewards? This is the other thing. Subscribing to Game Pass without the PvE, maybe they'll give you some sort of PvP reward. Now, I'd expect the PvE to come out towards the end of next year, I would say. There's going to be a BlizzCon next year, so probably around November next year is a good bet for any kind of PvE stuff for Overwatch 2. Microsoft will take over the company before then, and then it will almost certainly be on Games Pass before November. They need to give you some value, don't they? They need to do something. This is where they might come in with various crossover skins. You might get your Master Chief skin into Overwatch or some sort of madness like that, or you might get a Master Chief like player icon or something like that. That is potentially one way they could go with this stuff. But yeah, I do fully get anybody out there saying, well, the game's free to play, this doesn't really matter anyway. If you've got Games Pass, though, and you get additional free stuff for PvP, I think people will be like, hey, that's cool. And Blizzard get more eyes on the game, or I should say Microsoft get more eyes on the game. And then next year, if PvE is part of this deal, and you get that for free because you've got the Game Pass, that is a massive, massive deal. Okay, well, of course, I say massive deal. We don't know what the price of the PVE is. If the PVE is a $60 or $70 box, then yeah, it would be a good deal for Game Pass. But then that might cause issues of people just playing through the campaign and then stopping because, well, they don't want to carry on paying a Game Pass subscription for something that maybe they're not playing anymore. So maybe this gives us insights into the way the PVE will be made, and it might be some sort of more focused on progression, more focused on giving you bite sizes of missions instead of like giving you the whole story in one go. Maybe you get a little mission here, a mission there, I don't know. But there's all kinds of stuff going around. We've been told that Overwatch PvE is a AAA story mode campaign. So I'm expecting to get the full campaign dropped on us and off we go. So yeah, but this is really cool though, because this actually gives you some, well, what about Steam? That's the other elephant in the room here. Now, Microsoft have put their games on Steam in the past. Not all of them, but they've put some of their games on Steam. Imagine a world where we've got Overwatch 2, which is playable, on Battle.net and all of that stuff, as it will, because it's free to play. It's also in Game Pass, and it's also on Steam. That is massive. When I look at games like Apex Legends, and I see that they're on Steam, and yeah, they're on Origin, they're not on Game Pass. I don't think they're on Game Pass. Is it? It might be. Don't quote me on that. It might be. It might be, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. No, I don't think it is. But more platforms, more goodness. That's what I'm getting at. Right? That's what I'm trying to get at. Anyway, let's finish reading this article off because we're nearly at the end of it now. Bringing more games to mobile platforms, however, requires new capabilities. The expertise that the teams at Activision Blizzard bring in developing games for mobile platforms will help us understand how to create games that engage players around the world. In addition, we hope that players will be eager to play traditional console games from Activision Blizzard on other platforms via our cloud gaming streaming technology. This promises to open up mobile gaming, creating new distribution opportunities for game developers outside of mobile app stores, while delivering compelling and immersive experiences for players by using the power of the cloud. And we can extend the joy of playing to devices that people already own, including smart TVs and laptops. Great stuff, but personally, I don't care. In doing so, we will pursue a principled path. We have heard that this deal might take franchises like Call of Duty away from places where people currently play them. This is why, as we've said before, we are committed to making the same version of Call of Duty available on PlayStation on the same day as the game launches elsewhere. We will continue to enable players to play with each other across platforms and across devices. We know players benefit from this approach because we've done it with Minecraft, which continues to be available on multiple platforms and has expanded to even more since Mojang joined Microsoft in 2014. As we extend our gaming storefront across new devices and platforms, we will make sure that we do so in a manner that protects the ability of developers to choose how to distribute their games. Okay, so I have kind of spoken about this before, probably a year ago now, because well, actually, it couldn't have been a year ago. It was January, wasn't it? The buyout was announced, although it feels like a year ago. Anyway, this is something that may change in the future. While at the moment they will simultaneously launch the same versions of their games on all platforms, Microsoft and Sony are heavy competitors. So anything Microsoft can do to curtail Sony's growth at some point in the future, they probably will do. Now, there is the other argument of you just want your games to be played by as many people as possible. Because if you've got people using your software, it doesn't matter what platform they're on, then you kind of have that consumer, right? The issue with the way the consoles work is it's kind of, well, I guess it's like Steam. If they're dropping their game on PlayStation and people are buying it through the PlayStation Store or buying in-game currency or whatever, Sony get a cut of that. And also people are buying PlayStations to play it on. So it isn't as cut and dry as like, oh yeah, it's great just having it on loads of devices. I'm sure Microsoft would like to lock this thing down. So in the future, there may be a scenario where things slowly get taken away from PlayStation. I believe they did say that the next Elder Scrolls game will not be on PlayStation. It will be an Xbox exclusive. That's probably the path we're going down, but we know the next Elder Scrolls is years and years away. So at the moment, yeah, everything will be available on PlayStation and whatever. So for Overwatch, yeah, it'll be on PlayStation. It'll continue to be on Switch. It'll be on Xbox. It's on PC. Maybe in 5 years' time, it's not on PlayStation no more, but we kind of don't have to worry about that just yet. But that's a whole other kettle of fish, because having one massive company owning all the games, yeah. And we've seen this a lot. You know, you look at NetEase, you look at... Have you guys seen Embracer Group as well? What they call it? I think they're called Embracer or Embrancer. I think it's Embracer. It's the Swedish company. They've been buying loads of studios. Like, you got these companies going around just consuming gaming. It's like a little bit frightening, but yeah. Anyway, let's finish this article. So, we will continue to engage with regulators with a spirit of transparency and openness as they review this acquisition. We respect and welcome the hard questions that are being asked. The gaming industry today is robust and dynamic. Industry leaders, including Tencent and Sony, so they even reference these companies in this, continue to expand their deep and extensive libraries of games, as well as other entertainment brands and franchises, which are enjoyed by players everywhere. We believe that a thorough review will show that the combination of Microsoft and Activision Blizzard will benefit the industry and players. For all the players and game developers out there, you remain at the center of everything we do, and we will continue to listen to your feedback and do everything we can to nurture this industry we all love. Now, that last paragraph is basically the reason for this entire post, right? Because they're trying to say, look, Sony and Tencent are also buying studios. I mean, Sony own Bungie, don't they? And don't they own Naughty Dog as well? Well, they've always owned Naughty Dog, right? I don't know. But I know they bought Bungie recently because they've got all the Destiny stuff. They've been making moves, right? NetEase, and well, I don't actually mention NetEase, but NetEase, yeah, Tencent, like, you know, that's Riot Games basically, or well, they own Riot. Yeah, this is them saying, look, these other companies are buying other companies and trying to lock down entertainment, and we're just trying to do the same thing. So we're all as equally dodgy as each other. So let the deal go through. That's what they're saying. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening or watching to the video, or watching the video even, I should say. Yeah, like my thing at the moment is we're very much just still waiting for Overwatch 2 to launch. I would expect there will be some sort of news coming out in the next couple of weeks, because they're going to have to do something to build up to launch, aren't they? So maybe we'll get new hero teasers, maybe we'll get stuff on competitive 2.0, maybe, well, we'll definitely get monetization information. Absolutely, definitely need that. And yeah, like, I just hope there's a nice build-up. We get nice animated shorts and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure we will. I'm sure they'll make a big, massive fuss about all of this stuff. And when they do, I'll do my best to bring it to you guys. Because I'm like you guys, right? I'm sitting here. I'm not playing Overwatch right now. I'm just waiting. I'm on the lookout. I'm hoping things start soon so we can get back into making content, because it's difficult when you stop making content. It just sort of messes with your head, especially when it's been your job for about the last 8 years, you know. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys for listening and watching to the video. Why did I keep saying that? Watching the video, there we go. I've actually lost my mind. Remember, you can follow me on everything, which is at Stylosa. On TikTok though, it's at StylosaUL, and do go and follow me on TikTok, because as I say, when things start happening again, there will be TikToks, and I know you guys love them. And yeah, I'll catch you lovely lot on the next video. See you soon.